Well,
So
silencer is not that
at
big an issue
first,
for silencer is not
yeah,
big
true,
that big an issue for Stormsphere because all silencer or any hero who has a very long silence like Night Stalker or somebody like that, all that does is it forces you to make a Yules, and to be honest, Yules is a fantastic item on Storm Spirit anyway.
true.
So it's not a big issue. What I will say is that you do not get the rune anymore. You want to start off so this is the thing. You want to start off with blocking the creep wave. The reason for that is because if both of
Yes.
you are getting the rune, the creep wave is in the middle. That's fine. Now I have a lot to say about that as well, but at 2.7k, let's just say that's fine. But if the other person is blocking, for instance,
Mm-hmm.
your lane is just destroyed for the first 2 minutes. You are completely destroyed because if he blocks,
True.
he brings the creep wave up to his high ground. If he has good control of his creep wave, even for 3 minutes, your lane will be destroyed. Right? Because he will constantly be
True.
on the high ground, you will constantly be on the low ground. As soon as you come close to get a last hit, he will go forward and he'll just start slapping you. Um, it's
True.
really hard to deal with a, an opponent who's got the creep wave on his high ground at like minute at the start of the game and keeps it, maintains it at the high ground. The other thing is that you are up against an opponent who is a lane dominator on its own, and he's much going to be much stronger than you at the very least. Storm Spirit up pre-level 6 is crap. Um,
True.
loses his lane to almost every matchup almost
Exactly.
pre-level 6, and Queen of Pain dominates her lane against most matchups. So Queen of Pain, not very great hero to go up against. This is the ideal target, ideal opponent to have to focus your um, creep block, initial creep block on. So this is, I would say,
True.
one big thing that you should have done at the beginning of this game. So let's just skip forward to see what happens. You're most likely going to lose this lane, but let's see what happens against the Queen of Pain. You want to try and avoid getting that Shadow Strike damage. However, because it's such a high, it's 110 mana and it's 110 mana throughout the levels. However, the damage is very little at the beginning. Right, most likely this guy's gonna level it up to level 2. Is gonna put another level up by level 3. Right, he's gonna go 2 1 2. Sorry, blink probably 2 1 2. Right, um,
True.
so that he gets more damage. So what you want to do is you want to take that initial damage, but you don't want to take it at the beginning of the creep wave. What you want to do is you want to wait till the first creep gets really low, and then you want to go close. She's gonna throw a shadow strike at you. You want to take that last hit and maybe drop a static remnant to lower lower the HP of the other creeps, and then quickly last hit them as well. Kill the entire creep wave before Queen of Pain gets her next shadow strike, and then go back and then eat the tango. Try and obviously
I
avoid
see.
getting right clicked by her. Also, try to move the creeps back. Now, this is something that you will fail at for like 20 times, maybe, and then finally get it. So it's about getting somebody who is almost equal skilled as you, and then practicing against them, or just playing like lots and lots of storm games, or just I don't know. It's most just practice, right? The second mistake that you made is so right now the Queen of Pain does not have Shadow Strike. She just use it on you. So you should definitely
Right.
yeah, you should definitely stay here and get all these creeps, but you should also pull these creeps back. You should stand over here, right click her, and aggro these creeps back. It's called aggroing.
Yeah.
You should aggro these creeps back, but you're not doing that. You're just standing there, and she can just come. She's also not very skilled because she could quite easily come up here and right click you 1 or 2 times, and it will put you under 200 HP. Next time she gets level 2, she blinks in, she right clicks you 1 or 2 times, she throws a dagger at you, you're dead. So she's not
True.
really aiming for that skill play either, but that doesn't matter. We never look at what the other person is or is not doing, and they're completely idiotic. um and
True.
the next mistake made here is that you just went away. You didn't even stick around to get the XP for this range
Yeah.
creep.
That
You
that
just
was the
left,
worst play I did there. Yeah.
and that's a big mistake because
True.
that's half of the creep wave's XP. I
Yeah.
don't fucking remember what it is currently. These all these changes and all that, but it's nearly. half of the creep waves XP. So
Yeah, it's about 35% of the whole free wave,
all
I
right,
think.
so it's nearly a third of it. It's still a big deal,
Yeah,
and you as a hero
true.
heavily rely on getting your level 6. So XP is more important than gold. So no matter what, you should stick around. Now the other thing is like, what are you
True.
doing just standing over here? Go and take the last hit. She's not even contesting. Go and take the last hit. You
Yeah,
know.
I was asking my teammates to pause for the Crystal Maiden, and I was when I saw they are not doing it, I was controlling the Crystal Maiden into lane,
Oh,
so
okay.
that it gets the level and the mana for me would be very beneficial to harass the Queen of Pain. So I was just moving it into the jungle somewhere safe to get XP and become level 2 as me, just like me.
No, you should have just sent the crystal maiden to base. Shouldn't have bothered with controlling the maiden and whatnot because uh, it's really not your job. It doesn't matter. I
True.
don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, so look, Queen of Pain threw a dagger at you, and then you move back. If she's used her
Yeah,
dagger, what else can she do? That's it. That was the
yeah,
thing to
yeah.
avoid. And if she's already
That's the
used that,
exact mistake
then
I'm
just
making, I
be
think.
brave. It's like playing against OD. OD astrals you. After he astrals you, that's it. He's done. So just go and right click him and do whatever you want. But this is what people do. OD astrals you, then they run back. Why are you running back then? The point is
Yeah,
to prevent
I
them
see.
from doing their initial damage. And once they've done it, that's it. They don't have anything. You should static remnant here and good job. A little bit more practice. I would say you heavily lack practice. You're playing this hero, most likely you haven't played this hero too much, I think.
Yeah, I
Um,
haven't played this that many times. Maybe
yeah.
like 40 games, something like that.
40
So
games is a lot.
I'm not really
But 40 games
uh
consecutively or what? Like you.
throughout 3 years, 2 years. I wouldn't say it's like a lot because I've never been consistent with my storm picks.
Mm,
So like maybe 2 3 times each patch, beginning from like 6.84, something like that.
right.
So I haven't played like that much in terms of the time that I've been playing, and I'm not skilled as much as I
Yeah.
should be in terms of the time I've been playing.
So I'll tell you what a big deal is. This is a big deal. You need to know okay. First of all, I think you really heavily made a mistake on leveling up levels, right? You should have had 2 points in static remnant and 1 point in overload. The reason for that is you want to put more points in overload if you're doing more damage to the enemy, as in you're
True.
getting right clicks in. That way you can drop a
Yeah.
static remnant without the enemy triggering it and still right click the enemy and do more damage to the enemy. Any other
Uh huh.
time you want to put more points in static remnant. So I would
So when
say
I'm not getting harassed, I should just get a static remnants because it scales better for
when
me
you're
to
not
farm.
harassing the enemy, then yes. But if
Yeah,
it's a melee enemy who's going to come in range of the remnant, then you also
I
want to
see.
put more points in remnant because remnant hands down does more damage, right? So
Yeah, true.
but the main thing is that the big mistake here is that you need to know how much damage your remnant does at what points and how much. Like you need to take all these creeps. Like you missed that last hit and you
Yeah,
missed that his as well because you put the remnant down at the wrong time. So you
yeah, true.
absolutely need to have the right timing and absolutely know how much damage your remnant does before you start um, killing the creep waves, nuking down the creep waves. And also last hitting, like you missed so many last hits. That's absolutely unacceptable. Like the kind of last hits you missed, it's not that when the enemy is trying to go for you and you, yeah, he's not that dumb. You're wasting you. Not only are you wasting your time here, you
Well,
wasted
I
three
knew they are
hundred
chasing
mana.
the silencer, so I just made a path making sure he cannot escape, because it was like, okay, there are only two ways to get out of this. The other way Crystal Maiden has covered. This way, if
Mm.
I just put down a few remnants, it stays for 12 seconds.
I
It,
can
it would
tell
be
you
enough
from
to make
experience,
sure
right?
he doesn't.
I can tell you from experience that this was just a 2.7k luck play where it worked because you're in this bracket. I can assure you what you did would have been really bad for you. We can go back and look at it. You could have avoided using so many remnants. The thing is, you need to man.
Yeah,
So the reason why Storm Spirit is one of the most difficult heroes in the game is because of
Hmm.
mana management. That's the only
True.
reason. Well,
Yeah.
positioning and mana management. His mana management is so crucial. It's like almost
Yeah.
no hero in the game is mana management as important as on Storm, because not managing your mana will mean death. Like it can be the
Yeah.
difference
True.
between getting kills and dying. So you can't just throw down your remnants like that,
Yeah.
without heavily calculating. Don't just throw it down just to harass for no reason. Make sure you have a plan when you use remnants. Make sure, like, what's your bottle still doing in base? I think you had it at like 2.5, 3 minutes, and it still is four and a
The
half minutes.
courier got killed, I think. I'm
Oh.
not sure, but I think they killed the courier. That was the reason I had such time to get my bottle
But you sort of
and my
forgot about
booters
it as
as well.
well.
Yeah.
You would have been. This guy
Yeah.
doesn't have boots. You don't have boots. If you
Yeah.
had these boots, that was 40 movement speed. That would have been 30 movement speed more than this guy. You would have killed him, but you didn't
Yeah.
kill him
Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
you didn't have boots.
True. Absolutely.
So it's when you buy something, make sure you get it. As a mid hero, your job is not to place an observer ward, right?
Yeah.
I hated when my supports give me the observer ward like in the middle of the game, not at the beginning. Beginning is fine, but no, where are you going? Where are you going? No, you're dead. You're a dead man. Greed, right?
Uh,
Um,
yeah. True.
I've got a few things to say here. First of all, yeah. So continue on with the earlier statement. Your job in the mid lane, because what the fuck is this?
It's the vengeful's aura. When you're
Oh,
killed,
right, right,
it
right,
goes
right, right,
against
right.
the person
Yeah.
that killed you.
Yeah. Okay. All these new changes, man. All right. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So Ward,
The multiple
just have a
mistakes
quick.
and the greed I had.
Yeah, because with the wards, the supports are looking around on the map. They need to think about long and hard where vision is needed. Whereas mid, you don't
True.
have that time. You don't have the luxury to think about where the ward is needed. So just quickly look at the minimap. If there's a vision on the bottom, just give
Yeah.
some vision on the top, and vice versa. I would
Yeah.
say you should have just placed the ward over here, up here, um,
Yeah.
or just told the support, "Hey, come and get this ward," or excuse me, or something like that. Okay. The
True.
second thing is about greed. You never ever, like, that was, I don't even know how to say that. That is such a rookie mistake. Why would you ever do that? It's
Yeah.
not even about Storm Spirit. It's just like, why would you do that? It's such a big
Yeah.
risk
I know.
to
I know.
dive a tower pre level 6 as a Storm, or even if you weren't Storm, anybody else. That's such a big thing. You're really wasting your time here. It
Yeah, I am.
looks
I
like
am
you're.
absolutely wasting my time.
Yeah,
I saw that void was low, and I again did the rookie mistakes. Instead of farming, I'm just walking and doing
yeah,
nothing, literally nothing the
yeah.
whole time.
So if you could have been maybe mid, you could have gone for this Queen of Pain. There's no point going for this Void. He's just gonna run away. There's like, normally Voids have, like, even if you see he doesn't have level 6, like, he's gone. He's gone. You used up all your mana. There's no way you kill him. You don't even have Electric Vortex. If you'd maybe had Electric Vortex, maybe
Yeah,
maybe you kill him. Very low chance even then. And on top of that,
true.
I don't like your skill build. You were gonna have a hard time in the lane. Having an extra point in over having one more point in static remnant is so
Uh-huh.
much better than having overload, because you're not gonna go kill anybody. You're not harassing anybody. All you're gonna do is farm jungle. And against jungle
Yeah, true.
creeps, your static remnant does more damage than your overload. So I would have
Yeah,
definitely put more points in overload and sort of just
yeah,
left. Sorry, in static remnant, sort of just left overload at level 1. Maybe would have put one more point in electric vortex, carry a TP, because I'm playing from behind now. So what I need to rely
yeah,
on are assists now. So if a team fight happens, immediately TP in, use electric vortex, get an assist, get a killer and assist without putting my
yeah,
life in
true.
danger. All I'm trying to do. So this is selfish play. This is completely opposite of you know of a support play, really. Um,
Yeah,
all I'm
true.
trying to do is make sure that I am present for every single um, team fight as much as possible,
Yeah,
so that I can so that I can just get the, oh my days, you didn't right click him in time.
I did right click him at the time, but I didn't have Q to get another attack in with the overload.
Mm.
So
You can right click him during your charge. If you right clicked him here, you
if you
did.
look
Okay,
at it,
you did.
my overload charge goes
Yeah,
away.
yeah, you did. You
So
did. You did.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did.
Okay, so
Like
now,
I needed just 40 more mana to kill that guy.
yeah, but that's again everything that you do thus far that you've done is putting you further and further and further away from the items that guarantee you will get kills. What the hell is happening? Are you actually looking here? Okay, you are actually
Yeah,
looking here.
I would.
You have a mana. You have mana. What is happening? All right, your camera movement is completely off the charts, off the grid. So you, I keep like, why is this? So you need to fix your camera movement. Keep them on your hero and look at the mini map at what's happening. Like right now, you should be
Yeah.
looking at what's happening. You've used up all your mana. You've got mana boots at minute 10. You should have had these at minute 6, really. Um,
Yeah, true.
yeah, you're really struggling with efficiency.
Yeah, I am. I am absolutely struggling with that.
Um, this is not the right hero for you. Like, look at this again, an opportunity. Like you need to play heroes like Queen of Pain, heroes like
But I'm
Puck.
so bad with Queen of Pain, you know. Like
Why is that?
I it's one of those heroes that needs really. I feel like if you're talking about positioning, Queen of Pain is way worse than Storm because Storm at least what stops you is the mana. So if you get yourself the mana cost and everything, you get yourself enough mana, you can still run away.
Yeah,
But with Queen of Pain, one wrong blink and you're just dead. Like
yeah,
uh,
yeah. You're
so.
actually, yeah, you're right. The way you're playing as like an offlaner, a
Uh-huh.
tanky initiating offlaner. That's what you're playing like. And a tanky space making initiator. Axe. You're
Yeah,
playing
sure.
like Axe. Don't
Yeah,
play like
kind of.
Axe. If you want to play like Axe, then pick Axe. And even Axe isn't as tanky as what you're trying to do in this game. The thing is, you need to concentrate on yourself. Like when you're all finished, when your mana is completely finished and you have no mana left, then you go and farm. That's not how you play. And on top of that, you're not
Yeah,
like, okay, you cannot go and kill people with this inventory. You need one
true.
item at the minimum to go and kill people. You're
Yeah,
constantly going and trying to kill people. That is not the right way. You need to farm up, especially when you've had a hard lane. Next time you
yeah,
play Storm, what you need to do is, if you're having a hard lane, then just
yeah,
focus on farming. Fuck it, build Midas. I don't give a shit if you build Midas even, right? If you've had a really hard lane, but what you need to do is you need to carry a TP, and whenever you see a team fight happening like this one right now, you should have been here.
yeah,
You should have been. The objective is not to kill people. Is just to be around. Like, don't get tunnel vision. Don't lose
yeah,
perspective. Don't lose sight of the goal. And the goal is just to be in AoE to get assists. If your whole team dies, fuck them. If
yeah,
if you can kill people, but it means going in and risking yourself, no, you don't do that.
yeah,
You don't risk yourself. All you're trying to do is get gold by being near enough to team fights, right? Otherwise, you're
yeah,
just farming. You're just farming in the jungle. You're just farming. Like right now, what you're doing. This is the first time in this game that you're actually doing the right thing, but you're also missing lasters. These are the kind of lasters that you
yeah,
should like.
true.
What is that? Come on, man. You're 3K nearly. This is not 3K gameplay.
Absolutely not. I know. I know.
You see somebody TPing in, you're nearly out of mana, and you stay there, and because of that, now you're completely out of mana. What you should have done, as soon as you
Yeah.
see him coming,
Mm.
you go back. With all of that mana, you could have farmed this, get this camp, go over here, take the rune maybe. No, no, you're
Yeah.
not time enough for the rune. But take the next camp over here, then go to the mid lane, take it. The point is, you keep farming, but now you're completely out of mana. You have to go back to the base. Otherwise, you're completely useless. If a team fight breaks out, you can't go to a team fight and get assist gold. You're pretty
Yeah.
much just walking around being completely useless. You can't farm jungle creeps fast enough. Like you want to be able to put a remnant down and quickly go to a different creep camp. You're missing last hits. You
Yeah.
missed two last. You missed 50% last hits here.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Like as I said earlier, I know that like my last hitting skills is not even remotely close to my MMR. Like
Yeah. So what you
even
need to,
remotely close.
I think I'm ready to end this replay here. What you need to do
Yeah.
is in regular games, you want to keep playing
Hmm.
support. You want to fix your greed issue. You want to fix your positioning issue, and you want to fix your mana management issue, all while playing support. While at the same time,
Hmm.
you want to go and play um, last
Last
hit
hit
challenge.
simulator. Yeah.
Yeah, go play last hit challenge. Go and last hit just in like regular games or whatever. But you
Uh
definitely
huh.
need to not play mid heroes because it's not that you're losing or anything like that. It's that you're actually harming your
Yeah.
habits. You're getting habits right now. You're forming habits which are going to stay with you for a very long time, which are bad habits. And you definitely like you're playing a hero who is a farm intensive hero, and all you're doing is roaming with him. You were literally roaming as a storm spirit
Yeah.
with no items as a mid storm spirit.
True.
And the funny thing is, you're still the highest net worth in the game. Oh man.
Yeah.
So
Well, what I like in getting the farm early on, I just get it afterwards. Whenever I get like the minimal items to gank any
yeah.
person, I just gank them so much that they just can't just get back to farming. So that gives me a ton of gold, and that was the other reason that's like whenever I played Slark, it was either me getting a rapier and ending the game minutes like 35 minute 30, or a game going on and on forever, because in the first scenario I just got kills after I got my shadow blade. In the second one, I couldn't get any kills and I just wouldn't go back to farming. So
Yeah. So
uh,
so you
yeah,
just
that's
you
one
just
of those problems I see with myself.
So you just explained it perfectly, and because you understand, like you just said that once you get your items in later on, you just destroy everybody, and that's exactly how the game is played. You need to get items first, though. You don't want to fight. You need to understand which heroes can fight without items and which heroes cannot. Right? For instance, Crystal Maiden can fight without items. Crystal Maiden doesn't need items. That's why she's played as a support. All supports, almost all supports, hard supports, do not need items to do what they need to do. And all cores
True.
need items to do what they need to do, right? Crystal Maiden doesn't really change with or without 10k gold. Vengeful Spirit, she's gonna throw a stun, she's gonna swap somebody. After that, doesn't really change. Doesn't really change too much, in what she's going to do. Whereas think about uh, PA, 0 gold and 10k gold, huge difference, massive difference.
True.
Tide
Yeah.
Hunter, okay, Blink changes the tide, right? Blink is the only item that changes, but apart from that, doesn't really change until maybe a refresher, So
Yeah.
and you see, this is a hero who actually benefits a little bit from items, and
Yeah.
that's why he's
Yeah.
played in
Yeah.
the off lane as a third position. So this is how Dota functions, and you have to understand you are playing a hero who requires a lot of gold. That means you do not
Yeah.
take part in fights, and if there are fights happening, you only want to be there for gold purposes, not to get kills, not to get assists, not to have an impact, not to be there for your team, only to get the gold and not lose gold. Point is, don't
Yeah.
risk don't risk your life to get the gold, because if you don't die, you will go around and get some more gold from the creep camps and whatnot. But if you die, even if you killed somebody, doesn't matter. Does not matter. So you need to change your perspective, and you need to first of all, you need to fix a lot of other things. You need to get last hitting better. You need to get your positioning and mana management better. And I think the best way to do that is to
Yeah.
play support, because right now you're way too focused on getting kills, getting hero kills and whatnot. And that's to
Yeah.
change that and the other things that I just mentioned. It's really hard. So you need to take it step by step. So I think just lay off the core role for a while. Just practice all the other
Uh-huh.
things, the map awareness and all that. Bring yourself up to like a 4K level, playing supports, and then switch to a core role. And I would say lay off the mid role as well. Start by playing carry, because in order to play mid better, you need to play carry better, because carry is the position one, and carry is the other extreme of the support. Like the mid laner is going to go and gank and roam a little bit, but the carry is not going to do it at
Uh-huh.
all. So you need to play carry,
Yeah.
a lot of carry, so that you can be like, okay, this is how to be completely selfless. So you played a lot of support, so you know how to be completely selfless. You know how to gank and
Yeah.
whatnot, play without any items, and then you play the other opposite extreme, and that's playing carry, and then you know how to do that. And after that, once you sort of, you know, gone to a 4K level of both of these roles, and then you can go to mid lane and find your somewhere, find some place in between those two roles. More towards the carry
Yeah.
role still, but still between those two roles.